There you go. What's up, y'all? AJ Simmons checking in again. I got another exclusive interview with my man Hassan here. Hassan is he actually just bought a starter kit not too long ago, got started his cleaning company, and now he has somewhat of a success story, a testimonial that I wanted to kind of share with y'all. His wife kind of hit me up in the inbox on IG and just told me about how they were able to just go get a contract using the information. So I said, you know what, if it will be possible, I'd love to hop on a call with you guys, help share your story, and try to motivate some more people to help get out there and take action. So, what's up, Hassan? How you doing today, man?
What's up, AJ? How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I appreciate you coming on with me.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna jump right into it, man. I want to know, like I said, you got the starter kit, and I
Yes.
want to know, like, so other than the starter kit, like, where did you start? How did you get that contract you got? I know that you already got one so far, and you just bought the starter kit, like, I don't know, like a month ago, it might have been.
Yes, like a month ago. What
Okay.
happened was, I've been saying I was gonna do it, like this debate, and because I've been in a business, I know the business, so I've been doing janitorial work for like other big companies like Service Master, and I ran their business for them basically, like going like if they had problems and stuff in their accounts, I'll go to their accounts
Hmm.
and address it with the clients and stuff like that.
Okay.
So basically, I have the background a little bit. So people kept on coming to me telling me, "Go ahead, man, you should start your own business."
Right.
So I'm on there just researching stuff because my problem was I wanted to know how to bid for accounts, right? Then
Right.
I go on YouTube, I run across you.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I said, let me listen to this guy, see what he's talking about. So I've run across you and you got the starter kit, you got the packet on the bitten, the
Yeah.
calculator and all of that. So I said, okay, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I need, just the paperwork so I could get started.
Right.
So I ordered the kit and I went in a daycare facility. So I'm walking and I pay attention to detail. Any building I go to, I just be looking around like, oh man, like just looking. So I'm like,
Right.
do she have someone in here cleaning? So they like, I asked one of her workers. They were like, yeah, she has someone in here cleaning. So I came to her the next week once I got my flyers and my business cards made up. I came in. I was like, yeah, I see you have someone in here cleaning, but here goes my business cards and stuff. And she was like, well, I'm kind of unhappy with him. So I was like, she was like, when can you do a walkthrough? So I
Hmm.
scheduled for the walkthrough. This was on a Friday. I scheduled a walkthrough on a Monday.
Okay.
So I had all the paperwork with you that you I had received from you. I came in with my clipboard, professional
Right.
clipboard, checking everything, counting how many bathrooms, how many sinks, everything. Just counting, walking through, looking at stuff. So I was like, all right. So I see all the spots that he's really not hitting. So she asked me to do a trial. She said, can you come in? So I went in Easter Sunday for her.
Okay.
Went in there, was in there about 4 hours. The building was kind of bad, but I went in there, took care of it. She came through. She had to open up a couple closets for me. So she like, it smells so good in here. It look good. So her daughter has an office on one side. She run up one building. Her daughter run the other building. So she was like, her daughter said, yeah, I noticed you was in here too because all my flowers is off the floor. That's what she
Right.
told me because the person I guess who was in there, he's not paying attention. He's just going in there running, like you said, the mom and basically he has like four other accounts, but he's trying to do them for by himself.
Oh. Right. Right.
But like you saying, with the mom and pop businesses, they don't trust nobody
Right.
and they don't want to grow. They don't want to grow, so they just rather do the work by themselves instead of putting somebody in their accounts. Whereas though you can go get other accounts so you can grow your business.
Right. So let
Yeah.
me ask you this. So you have employees already?
Yes, I have.
Or
Well, actually, I have like two employees that I'm gonna have starting the building. Well, I'm gonna do it probably like for a week, and then I'm gonna bring them in because
nice.
I want to bring the building up. I
Okay.
want to bring the building up to my standards, and then bring them in, train them how I want the building to be done.
That's what's up, man. So how did you find those workers? That's a question I always get. So I want to know, how did you
Oh,
find your workers?
basically, one of the guys worked with me at a couple jobs before, and he used to
Okay.
work under me at another cleaning service. Like I don't work for, like I said, I've been in this business like for 18 years. So
Right.
um, I have a couple of workers from other places that I work. I have all their numbers still in my phone.
Right.
And if I'm paying more than the competition and they know how I train and how I work, they're gonna be willing to come work with me with no problem.
Absolutely. You touching on so many different things. I hope everybody catching them. Like the fact that you had a previous experience, and I always teach people while you waiting, you saving up to get that starter kit while you waiting to start your business, go work for another cleaning company and get that experience up. So you touching on that. Then you
Yes.
touching on network, and people say your network is your net worth. When you
Yes.
kept all of those contacts in your phone, and
Yes.
you never know when you're gonna need them. So that's just plenty of keys. I
Yes.
heard you also say that you had flyers and business cards. So
Yes.
how did you get those? Did you go like a website or you go them locally? How'd you get that?
Actually, I went on Vistaprint, got my cards made on Vistaprint,
Yep.
and I used your flyer from your website
Okay.
because actually I work. I'm the custodial manager at my job.
Right.
So I use them as a reference on that on the flyer I got from you. So I
Right.
use them as a reference from the flyer I got from you. Now I got another reference I could put on there
There
with
you
the
go.
new contract I just received.
See, that's perfect. And somebody asked me the other day about that flyer. They were
Uh
like,
huh.
"So how do you use the Ask Your Neighbors flyer if you don't have any references?" And the guy, he was, and I'm not going. I want to apologize to him. I ain't calling him. I ain't gonna say his name,
Yes.
but
Yes.
and he was asking how could he use it, and kind of he's a former franchise owner. I'm like, wait a minute, all of those, you know what I mean, all those accounts you had, I know
Yes.
some of them can vouch for you, you know what I mean, or even the
Yes.
franchise if you left them on good location. So again, use creativeness
Yes.
as a way, you know what I mean, to grow too. So that's
Yeah.
excellent, man.
Yes. That's how you got to grow your business. Like my thing is, AJ, I've been doing it for so long, so I can go into a building and pick a building apart.
Right,
Like that's my thing. My detail, like baseboards, spider webs, the cubicles on top
right.
of the cubicles, edging, crevicing, all of that. Like I've been doing it for so long. Got the knack for it. And plus, I used to be the trainer for Service Master too. So when it cut, like
Oh,
I used to train all the new employees that came in
okay.
on their chemicals, how to mix the chemicals, and the MSDS sheets also. What people got to understand when they have buildings and you have chemicals in your buildings, you should
Yep.
always have MSDS sheets in your building. Have a booklet, get you a 3-ring binder, print all the chemicals you have off in your building, so you can have it in the closet with your building, and make sure they always have to make sure that all our bottles is labeled, because if OSHA come in, that's a $1,500 fine for each bottle you don't have labeled.
That's huge. I was just about to come right behind and say you said it. So, because that's something that I don't mention enough. I'm so glad you brought that up. I don't know
Yes,
if I ever mentioned it on YouTube at all. I know we talked about it in the group, but
yes,
that's what I'm glad you brought that up. That's huge. I
yes,
also heard you say you worked on Easter Sunday. I don't know if you're religious or not, but that's another point I want to point out to people that sometimes you're gonna have to work on a holiday. You know what I mean? Sometimes
yes,
you're gonna have to work on a Sunday and not Monday through Friday. You know what I mean?
yes,
So again, you took that initiative to get out there and go grind like that too.
yes,
So more about that building. So you got one contract, and this was at the daycare. Did your kids go to the daycare, or did you just go out there and start
yes,
knocking on doors?
yes. One of the kids goes to the daycare. Yes.
That's what's up, man. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
So, but I was just look what happened, AJ. I went in there. I'm like, man, this floor don't look like it's been mopped, but she like, it's been mopped. So when I go in there and through my all the marks came up off the floor, but I
Right.
knew the marks were going to come up anyway. So I said, man, let me go in there, and I just was looking at stuff. He's not dusting. I see spider webs everywhere. I said this is the service that. So I explained what I would provide to
Right.
her. I said, when I come in your building, you don't have to worry about me. I'm going to detail your building. I'm going to detail your baseboards, because what happens, AJ, a lot of people don't know. You can go into a building, right?
Hmm.
Say, if you stripping and waxing the floor, right?
Right.
And sometimes the water can splash up on the baseboards.
Right.
The only You don't even have to get down on your knees to wipe that. You wet the mop with the little warm water, run the mop right across that baseboard, and everything will come off the baseboards.
See, you told me something now. I didn't know that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know about the little doodle bug though, but I didn't
yeah,
know
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah,
that's
yep.
what's up.
Yeah,
Okay.
the doodle bugs you talking about when you're getting in the corners and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. But if you splash, because because like when sometimes when you waxing that stuff spats up on the floor, then you want to get on your knees. But if you wet your mop and just run a mop across the baseboard, that's even if for detailing also too.
Right.
You should just wet your mop at least when you detail, you're gonna detail most of the time once a week on the
Right.
baseboards. If you low dusting, you're gonna low dust. But if you got big buildings like you say, AJ, you should break up your building. Like you should do one section one day, one section another day, and another section another day. Especially if they're dealing with a lot of paper, like a office or anything, because paper makes dust.
Yep.
So if
Yep.
you're dealing with a lot of paper, you should be on there constantly, dusting the chair rails, like this, paying attention to detail. That's mostly what it is, paying attention to detail when you're going into these buildings for people that don't have experience. That's
Right.
the thing. That's
Yep.
the
That's
thing.
how you can stand out. And I know you just said something about if you got big buildings in particular. I know that behind the scenes, you kind of told me that this one you got is a larger one. And I wanted to know, how did you know how to do the walkthrough in that building? Like, how were you prepared for that?
Oh, I use one of your tactics though, AJ.
Okay.
You said sometimes they're gonna give you the square footage. So
Mhm.
I went in there and I asked. I said, I just wanted to know what is the square footage of both of the buildings. So I used the calculator, typed in both of the square footage for everything, and I came up with the price.
Wow. Okay. So was it easy? Like, did you, I'm trying to think. I want to see how I can dive in and make it as simplified as possible for the new
Because
people.
this what I done, AJ.
Okay.
Basically, this what I done. So I went in there. You know how you got for all the urinals? It's no urinals in there. So I used all the toilets, the mirrors, and the zinc. So I added all of that up in all the bathrooms. I think it came up to, I want to say 12.
Right.
I want to say 12, but it's a daycare. So you got to think some of the bathrooms got about four toilets in there. Some have two. So
Right.
I counted all the toilets, all the mirrors, counted all of that stuff up. I put that in there. Like you
Hmm.
say, like the paper that you have, if you don't know how, if you never done it before, anybody can do it because you
Right.
give them the blueprint. You're giving out the blueprint, the how you go in there with the calculator and everything to show people how to put it in there.
Right.
So
I mean,
everybody, even if you don't have no experience, you still would be able to plug the numbers in there and do it.
facts. Facts,
And
man.
plus, and then I know the other way to do it. See, I've been doing it so long. I know you can count. This is the old school way. You go in now and count the tiles, one, two,
Yep.
three, four, and do the square footage, or you can get the rolling thing and do it that way. You sell
Right.
that in your kit also.
Yep. Yep. That's
So
what's up,
so so
man.
so so I do know about that way too. But I know
Okay.
the old school way too with the tiles.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. So going forward, what's your plan for finding more contracts?
Going forward is going to actually from my from my old previous employments, I got some good I met some good people there and I got some of the contact information still. So I was gonna go there, see can I get a meeting with one of them, sit down, don't let the gate like you say the gatekeeper stop me from entering the building and just hand
Right.
it to them. I'm gonna ask for the contact by name
There
and
you
see
go.
can I give them my business card and my flyer.
Man, y'all better pick up on these gems he dropping. That's all I'm gonna say, man. You dropping some gems. And let me see. One last thing. If you don't have anything else to share, the last thing I want to ask you is I want to know what you want to tell the people. Again, people sitting on the sideline, they watching, they waiting, they all procrastinate. What you want to tell
See.
them?
Now, basically, they should have been jumped into it because while you procrastinating and waiting, it's somebody else doing it, and
That's it.
it's so much work out here for everyone because the cleaning business is always somebody messing up in the building, and
Oh,
they always looking for somebody else. So
yep.
somebody always getting replaced out here in a commercial cleaning business. So my thing is, while you waiting, you can just go out there and do it. Don't be scared because I procrastinated for a while, and my wife was like, "I'm gonna buy you the kit. You've been doing it for other people. I'm gonna buy you the kit." So she bought the kit for me, and then when she bought the kit, I was like, "Well, we're gonna go ahead and do this now."
That's what's up, man. What's your wife's name?
Zulima.
Zulima. So I wanted to make sure we shout Zulima out for helping you take that action, man. And that's what's
Yes,
up.
yes.
I appreciate.
Yeah, AJ. I'm just trying to grow, keep on growing the business, man. And I'm gonna keep in touch with you. And another thing, AJ, what I'm gonna do on my accounts too.
Okay.
And you probably can pick up and use this in some of your accounts. Like sometimes I don't know how you use your clocking system, but to know people are in the buildings, you come up with a log book, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have them sign in every day, and you have them sign in. And plus, if the customer want to leave a request for you or anything, they could. It's called like a communication log book, where so they
Right.
can communicate with you in the book also.
Absolutely. You know, that's a
Just
trick I learned. Yeah, I said, you know, that's a trick I learned from my franchise experience. But
yes, yes.
I could tell you another thing. My method was Google Voice. I don't know if you heard me speak about that
Okay,
before.
okay, okay.
Yep. And so I have a throwaway Google Voice number that and it'll what'll happen every time they call in, they leave a voicemail on it, and it'll text me every time they leave and every time they come in. Yep. So
Got you.
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Another method too.
that's perfect. That's
Yep.
perfect right there.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
but we gotta get you because you're not in the group. I see your wife is in the group. Are you in the group yet?
Now I gotta get on, AJ. I gotta get
Okay, yeah.
on.
We got to
Yeah,
get you in there.
because my thing is I be like I work, but I get off early, so I get off early enough now so I can start going to these places and start getting more business. So I'm
Right.
gonna keep in touch, and you're gonna be hearing from me, and I'll
Okay.
be in the group more. I'll be touching base with you more.
That's what's up, man. And I wanna point that one more jewel. You just mentioned it in passing. People ain't catching them. You got to catch these jewels. He said look, he said he got a job, and when and so you heard how he got the first account, the first contract he has. He said he was at his kid's daycare and he took note that it won't clean, so he shot his shot. That's number one. And number
Mm-hmm.
two, I asked him, I said, how are you going to go find accounts going forward? And he named another situation where he was already going to have not necessarily a warm lead situation because we don't know if they need these services or not, but he
Yes.
knows, you know what I mean? You know who the person in charge is going to be. So he putting himself there. So instead of getting out there, or better yet, instead of making an excuse and say, well, I got a day job, I can't find no account, so I can't do it. Listen to this man, man. Like you got to make it
But
happen.
but
Don't make
but but
excuses.
but 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 they say that, right, AJ? But once they get that first taste of that first account, they're gonna be
I'm
like, oh,
telling
I
you.
want another one. Then I
Yep.
want another one. You understand what I'm saying? So you giving everybody what people gotta understand, you giving us the blueprint.
Right.
So if you giving them the blueprint, buy into the system. The system works. That's what I'm gonna tell everybody. Buy into AJ's system. Me and him never talked before. This our first. We text or whatever. But I'm telling y'all, his system does work.
Facts.
His system
Facts.
does work, and it will work for you. If you're looking to start your business, don't go through no franchise. Work for yourself. Because why do you want to work for a franchise and give them 2,900 a month or whatever you got to give them instead of doing it yourself and all that revenue coming into you for yourself? And like he say, don't get in buildings and try to work them all yourself. Put people in the business so your business can grow. You got to put
Definitely.
people in the building so your business can grow. Like I
That's
listen
it.
to you, AJ. I'm on everything you saying. You see, I'm listening to you, so I pick up everything you be saying. I'll be on your YouTube channel, like, yeah, what he's saying is really right, man. Because I was just watching you, and I was like, man, I got to go ahead and do it.
Right.
Cause I have too much experience, AJ. I've been working for people for all of these years, and I'm like, man, I got to get out and go get it.
Yep.
And
That's it.
I'm trying to have it growing, whereas though I don't have to work for nobody else no more. I'm just going to my building, checking my buildings. And what people got to understand this too, AJ, you
Mm-hmm.
have to build a rapport with the customer.
Yep.
Number one, you have to build a rapport with a customer. And just don't put people in the buildings and don't go check on your people. Make
Right.
sure you pop up at least 2 times a week. Don't even tell them when you coming sometimes. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? They make
Right.
sure they on like they make sure like they doing what they supposed to do. Like the other brother said on Facebook Live I was watching. I can't think of his name, but he do all the urgent cares.
Oh
And he was
yeah, Sean
basic and
Richard.
he yeah, and he basically was saying he had a guy in there, he thought he was good. He owned his own franchise before, but he wasn't he was like, all right, he got it. Until he got that call, he thinking he that guy until he got that call where as though, oh, this guy done messed up. Now he gotta go
Right.
report to the person. And like you say, AJ, if you get a call and the customer is upset, go fix the problem. Because you
Yes.
don't want to lose your contract without fixing the problem.
Right.
And a lot of people and a lot of people could tell them when they go into these accounts, right? And if people ask them, why should I choose you? Well, this what I would say if they ask me. Well, you should choose me because I'm a smaller company right now. I'm looking forward to grow. But when you contact me, you're not contacting the middleman. You're going to contact me directly.
That's it.
Whereas though I'm gonna come and handle the problem for you.
See, you giving them the game. That's that stuff I be sharing in the group. You giving them the game now.
But it's the truth though,
It's
right?
facts though. It's straight fact.
Yeah,
That's straight fact.
it's facts though, man. It's
Yep.
facts though. But you just and you give it in your kit too how to handle the customers. The customer is always right at the end of the
Right.
day. That's anywhere you go, the customer is always right. So displease your customer so you can keep your work. That's it. That's the game.
That's simple,
That's
man.
it right there, AJ.
Yep.
Good talking to you. We're gonna keep in
Absolutely.
touch, man.
Definitely, man, for sure. And I appreciate you doing this, man. You didn't have to do it, so I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Yep. All right. I'll talk to you.
All right, thank you.